Have you ever sat in a room full of laughter, where people talked non-stop, but you felt like you were standing behind an invisible pane of glass? Your ears heard the sounds, but your mind drifted somewhere else entirely, and there, only one quiet question echoed. Do I really belong here? That feeling isn't loud. It doesn't pull you down immediately. It just touches your mind gently, enough for you to start comparing, questioning, and doubting yourself. A little self-reproach, a little anxiety, a vague fear that you are lagging behind in a game where everyone seems to know the rules, except for you. Society has long instilled a silent belief in us. The one with many friends is successful. The one who appears often is valuable. The louder you are, the more recognized you become. And when you don't fit that mold, it's easy to think you have a problem. But there is a truth few people talk about. Having few friends is not a sign of deficiency. It's often a sign of a nervous system that operates differently from the majority. Your brain doesn't just skim the world. It pauses, it observes deeper, it thinks longer, and it feels stronger. You notice things others miss. You can read the energy behind the words. You feel the smallest dissonance, and because of that, you simply cannot superficially blend in. There's a certain energy that fatigues you right from the start, the energy of pretense. You don't need anyone to confess their insincerity. Just a mismatched gaze, an overly perfect compliment, or a slight shift in tone is enough for your internal warning system to turn on. Like a mental radar, the slightest interference alerts you. So, you don't disappear from society. You just withdraw from places that drain your spirit. It's not because you hate people, but because you cherish your inner peace. To you, being alone isn't running away. It's like cleaning up your mind after the world has been too loud. It's a form of mental hygiene that many only understand when they're already completely exhausted. You've probably tried to fit in. You tried to expand your network. You attended crowded gatherings, but the more you tried, the more you realized your brain isn't nourished by shallow connections. You're not attracted to knowing many people. You're only attracted to knowing the right people. You want conversations that ignite your mind. You want to talk about dreams, about fears, about human nature, and why people behave the way they do. You're not interested in conversations about comparison, judgment, or quickly fading drama. It's not because you look down on anyone, but because you find no life in empty dialogue. From the outside, your world seems quiet. Your contact list is short. Your birthday parties are small. Your social media isn't buzzing with notifications. But inside, you have connections that are so deep, they don't need the noise. You have relationships where just sitting next to each other, saying nothing at all, feels completely safe. While many people charge their energy from the crowd drains your battery. For you, every conversation isn't just about talking and listening. It's also about observing, analyzing, maintaining emotional balance, avoiding conflict, and reading the atmosphere. Your brain is constantly in a high-processing mode. And of course, you get tired. The moment you close the door behind you isn't loneliness. That is the moment your nervous system finally gets to breathe. That's when you recharge, so you have enough decency and energy to live the next day. If you push yourself for too long, you don't just get tired. You shut down completely. You don't want to text. You don't want to see anyone. You don't want to hear another human voice. That's not a personality flaw. That is a biological signal telling you to rest. You don't live for praise or attention. You don't run on social fuel. You run on an internal engine. You don't need applause to know you're headed in the right direction. You work in silence. You progress in silence. And you grow in silence. This can make you look strange to those who live by the gaze of others. They might think you lack motivation, but what you have is very rare. Motivation without an audience. And there's a deeper reason why you've become so selective. You're not just being picky. You've probably trusted the wrong people before. Deep pain taught your brain a very expensive lesson. From that point on, you no longer trust quickly, bond quickly, or open up easily. Now, you don't just listen to words. You read behavior. You don't trust manufactured friendliness. You trust consistency. You don't build walls to isolate yourself. You build walls to filter out those who don't deserve to enter. You're not afraid to be close. You are only afraid of being close to the wrong person again. If someone gets past your defenses, it's not because they are lucky. but because they are worthy. Therefore, if you are a quiet person with few friends, and you often feel out of place in a noisy world, please do not rush to fix yourself. Maybe you weren't born to dissolve into the crowd. Maybe you were born to preserve your true nature. In a world that is racing for attention, you choose stillness. In a society that is afraid of being left behind, you are not afraid to walk alone. And that is not weakness. That is strength. Sometimes, to meet the right people, you first have to be strong enough to stand on your own. Thank you for watching.